The world is crazy. That, you know what I mean? Hello. Guess what? It's my booktube birthday. March 20th. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to this tiny little birthday chat for my booktube channel, because we read books. Why do we read books? Because reading is sexy. And if you're not reading, you're not sexy. Get with the program. Also, I'm sorry, I think I'm gonna change the lighting. Give me a sec here. I feel like that's better. There we go. I think that's good. Okay, sorry for the change of lighting. Oh, how are we celebrating? By being in my fucking pajamas. And my cold brew. This is a straw. Oh, hold on, let me show you. So, it's like a milk cookies and cream straw. Sorry, it's meant for milk, but it's a cookies and cream straw, and it has like these tiny little chocolate cookie flavored sugar pebbles. I don't know what you would call these, but yeah, you drink it and then it makes it like cookies and cream flavored. So we got a cookies and cream cold brew. Yeah, and it's good. It's good. I'm a fucking child. So, okay, yes, it's been 1 year on the channel. Isn't that crazy? It's weird to think about that I've been doing this for a year and like, you know, a tally of months have accumulated to this for a whole year. And I was looking, I was like, is there an actual tag? So I looked and there's a tag apparently. So we got a tag. I'm gonna answer some questions. They'll be downstairs if anyone has a birthday coming up, because I think the 10th question is, or the 9th question is, tag people with upcoming birthdays. As much as, you know, looking at every single person that I subscribe to and scrolling all the way to their first video is enticing, I will not do that. So if your birthday is coming up, please do this tag. It's crazy to think that some people have been here for much longer, and, you know, it's interesting. The internet is a crazy place. Booktube is a special place. So yeah, I'm gonna answer some questions. Number 1, how many years on Booktube are you celebrating? Just the one. Just the one. Number 2, what has kept you motivated to continue making videos? To be honest, everyone is just so wonderful and kind, and I love all of the tiny interactions and the book talks that have also like migrated not just from the comments but to like DMs and to like other messaging platforms, and just like being able to talk about books with people is just so nice. I don't know, it's just growing up, and even like now, there aren't many people I talk to books with in person. And like, I've always wanted that, just like that one person that I could talk to books with in person. And sure, there's one. I think here, there's one. You know, move cross country, how many people, you know, finding a person to talk to books with. I've only just got the one. Goodreads friend, Hajin, if you're watching this, love you. But yes, it's truly the interactions and just like people, and also meeting them IRL. Modern Ajima, Bibliosophie, like magical meetings, and also wonderful. I cherish them with my heart. I don't even like, when I talk about it with other people, I don't think, well, I mean, I can't, but like, I can't expect them to understand what that feels like. That like one person you're looking for to like talk about books with, and then moving across country, creating content, and then realizing that they're within your vicinity, directed at Modern Ajima. Like they were under your nose for like the longest time. Like they were there, but you didn't know that they were there. And it's like, how would have you have known? Like it's crazy. The world is crazy. Anyway, yes, it's truly the interactions. I've enjoyed talking to like anyone, everyone who has left a comment, DM'd me, just everything. And also like comments are always open and DMs are always open if you want to talk about books and stuff. Do not be afraid. I am a human being. I might not get to it like really fast because I'm a human being, but books is what propels this little life of mine. And yeah, I've enjoyed it very much. That was a really long answer. Number 3. What are 3 of your favorite videos you've made in the past year and why? That's terrible. Like, you know, what is the favorite child? I want to say, I think like my most recent ones, I don't know. I've been playing around with like style and editing and sort of like finding my groove in between vlog content and book content and trying to create like a good mix of everything. Because, you know, as much as books are wonderful, books aren't just my life. I've got a life. Not really, actually. I live. I do other things and I like other things. And yeah, I'm a collage. What these videos are a collage of basically who I am. Some like Pollock, Picasso of me. That's gross. I don't want to say that. This, I don't know, but I think I've kind of found my specific niche that feeds into the way I edit, and there's a relationship between there that just makes it really easy to just manage. Because with these videos, I think editing takes the longest amount of time. But once I found, like, I guess my specific quote-unquote style or aesthetic, it just made it a lot easier to edit and figure out, like, what I need to cut, what I need to include, what I need to write in, what I need to do to create transitions and, like, a natural flow to stuff. That also goes with me trying to say, Mostly all the editing is me, like, cutting out, and uhs, and just, like, random poo-poo that leaves this hole on my face. But okay, I'm sorry, where did that come from? Okay, yeah, so my most recent ones, I think are kind of my favorites, like, Korea Diaries, Not Sleeping, reading David Wojnarowicz. That one was fun. That was just like a really nice day, and just like the flow and length of that video was just like, I want to say like perfect. And the hair looked good. That's why, because the hair looked good. Another one is Korea Diaries, New Jeans, Maison Margiela, and The Stillest Day. That one was good because, again, that was just like a really good weekend, and I love everybody in that video. And yeah, just one for the books. That was just a really good moment of like good life and good book together. Harmonious. And I guess reading vlog Weekend in Seoul, Leave Society by Taolin, and Sandria Damagachi. Because I want to say that was like the first time COVID restrictions in Korea eased up and we were allowed to go out and there were no more curfews and life was just good. And I think it was also the first time where I was a lot more comfortable with myself. Because if you go back like way back to the very first video, I was so, we'll talk about that later. I think that's a question. But yeah, those are my top 3 faves, I want to say. Go watch them. I don't know. I feel like vlog content isn't like so much disposable. I hope not. But like, it's nice to revisit them or like go back to old ones for specific thoughts on books that I had. Because they don't necessarily stay with me unless like they were incredibly remarkable. Sometimes I'll go back and I'll be like, what did I say about that book? If I ever need to like reference a book, if a person is reading it for the first time, it just makes a lot of sense. Number 4, what have you struggled with on booktube in the past year and how did you overcome that struggle? Honestly, I will say near the end of last year, it was a lot of reading new releases and keeping up with the Joneses in terms of like other booktubers, books that they were reading and hyping up. And yeah, jumping on the bandwagon and sometimes being like, what was the hype? I don't understand why I like paid money for this book. And yeah, just like, like I worked hard for that money and I spent it on this book that I didn't necessarily enjoy, but it was like being hyped up and passed around. I can't think of a particular book. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. There's just like a few of those books. Keeping up with the Joneses. I realized I don't have to. You don't have to keep up. I think it's like kind of hard for me because I'm someone who is so disgusting in that I love culture. I love culture and I will do things full of culture. I haven't done White Lotus yet though. I'm so sorry. And I still need to watch The Last of Us because I don't know what the hype is about Pedro Pascal. Like, what's going on? Why is he all of a sudden a daddy? Why are we dadifying him? What's going on? So it's very much that. And I think I've sort of found my balance. I sort of have this like, every season I have like a reading plan in that I want to focus on certain themes. And then I sort of curate a list of books that I've been wanting to read for the longest time, like backlist books, but also some newer releases that might fit into the theme very well. And yeah, just like things that I want to read. And then of course there's, arcs that come in and other books that booktubers are talking about that I'll like also squeeze in one or two of because we don't got time. We don't got time. There's never enough of it. Time. So yeah, I'm very, I want to say selective of sort of the books that I choose to read. I'm more selective this year and I've sort of understood a balance between all of that and like reading lists. Because sometimes it can get overwhelming and I realize that if you create the list, it's a little less overwhelming. Number 5, choose one moment from the past year on booktube that you would love to relive. I guess every time I go out and have like a tiny club book, because I go out, I go to, DJ sets and stuff. And what I love is like, you come home. I don't want to be that person just like endlessly scrolling, killing my phone when like, what if I need it? What if I need it to, message someone or tap and pay for something? Just like you don't want to kill off your phone. So I want to read a book. And yeah, I love every moment where I can read a book after a club and there's like specific, tiny books that fit in your pocket when you go clubbing and then you can like read it afterwards. I want to relive every post-clubbing 6 a.m. train ride back home, walk back home club book because those are great. If anyone needs a rec, Isolarii books. There are these tiny books, pocket-sized books, literally tiny, like it's essentially an iPhone 12 mini, just a little, there we go, right there is the size of the book. Fits in your pocket, fits in a tiny bag, and yeah, it's the perfect clubbing book. And I love running through those. I've loved every moment where I've had an Isolarii book and went clubbing with it. Love them. Love Isolarii. Pick up. They have a subscription service, which is cool. You can subscribe to them and they like put out a book, I want to say like twice, 3 times a year. And it's worth it because it's really good stuff. Archipelago, conversation between Edward Glissant and Hans-Ulrich Obrist, which was one of my top favorite books of last year. And Ukraine in the Face of War, a diary set during the war in Ukraine that's happening right now. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, I wrote a note here. Going clubbing and finishing a book. Continued escapism. God, that's awful, isn't it? But it is. It's weird. I don't know what it is. It's like dancing is a form of escape and like releasing myself from the work week. Sure, you can say that. And then needing to read a book after that is just like continued escapism. Or like watching a movie. I'm in this like constant flux of like escapism. But no, I just love art. That's why I think too. Number 6, shout out a huge supporter of your channel. Oh my God. I want to thank the Academy for, honestly, okay, I wrote them down. I'm that person who has like the slip of paper, is pulling out the Academy Awards, list name people. I first have to mention CJ Reeds, who reposted my video on her channel, like her community board, the reading vlog in Seoul Taolin video. I was just like, oh, whoa, I'm getting a lot more subscribers and I don't know where this is coming from. And I was still very new to like, you know, YouTube Studio and figuring out all the mechanics of it, and have met incredible people through that. And that was like the first wave of like, whoa, incredible. So CJ, thank you so much. Love you so much. CJ was definitely one of those people that, you know, inspired me to talk about books. I was just like, wow. And just, I love CJ. Sunny's book truck. Okay, and Alex from What Page Are You On? I think tagged me in the newbie YouTuber book tag. What am I trying to say here? Newbie booktuber tag. And that was really sweet of him. And it took me by surprise. And yeah, have also found out about Seren from there as well. We love Seren. And yeah, I have to thank Alex as well. Alex, wonderful. Ben from Benjamin Journal also reposted a video, and that also invited like a lot new people. Jalen as well, reposting, I think, my top 10 of 2022 video. Also very nice, very kind. Love you, Jalen. Love you, Ben. I love all of you. Thank you. Pato, Modern Ajuma, Lucy, Savage Reads, continued comment exchanges in and out of DMs and such. Just incredible booktubers as well. You should just all subscribe to them. They're wonderful. And everyone who comments, like you're wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I really can't thank you enough for everyone who leaves a comment. Books are magical. Truly do connect people. Along with the internet, it's just like, whoa, community. Number 7, what's the best book you've read in this past year? This past year? I mean, it's only been 3 months, but we do have a top contender here. And you're probably sick of me talking about it, but it's YN, Your Name by Esther Yi. And I will not shut up about this book. It's refreshing. You know, just like, because I do try to read a lot of different things. It's mostly lit fic, but like, you know, there'll be a good collection of essays, nonfiction, a graphic novel. I'm doing a manga soon. I read smut, fan fiction. There's one fanfic that I'm gonna read, and it's on Goodreads too, so it counts. It counts as a book. And yeah, I try to read a bunch of stuff. And I wanna say nothing has really like that, you know what I mean? And YN is such a refreshing voice, something new. And that's why I'm hyping it up, because it's such, okay, this might not be the greatest comparison, but Everything Everywhere All at Once and what that kind of did in terms of the extensiveness of what narrative can be is how I sort of feel with YN. That's a bit much. I don't know if that's entirely accurate, but what I want to say is it's refreshing. I think Everything Everywhere All at Once was refreshing. This book is refreshing because of its voice, because of its tone, because of how cerebral it is, how it sort of just begins in the brain and then explodes. It's almost as if it's the Big Bang Theory for obsession and delusion and love somewhere. Love is somewhere in between all of that. So that's why I will not shut up about it. Please read YN. It's coming out next month, I think, April. I think that's right. And yeah, you should pick it up because it's incredible. And I also believe Jalen has a chat with her coming out soon, and I really can't wait for that because, yeah. YN, Esther Yi, Your Name. Read it. Number 8, where do you see your channel in a year's time, and what do you hope to have achieved? Well, personally, I want to hit 3 digits, 100 books, and yeah, I'm gonna try. And I want to say like booktube is sort of like a map of my reading journey, of like my own life as well. And I love that it's like both of those things together combined into one. I guess that's why this channel exists. It's sort of like, yeah, like a journal. Nathan journal. Although it doesn't have the same ring as like Benjamin journal, you know what I mean? Love that. Benjamin journal. There's a rhythm to that. Nathan journal. Doesn't work. But yeah, it's basically a journal and a logging of, you know, my reading journey. And my life as well. I've always wanted to incorporate books and my life together in some way. And I guess that connection is here. It's made here. I don't know. Again, like, I never really had anybody growing up, even really now, to talk about books with. But thanks to this and thanks to all of you, it's possible. It's possible. And I didn't think, like, for me to have come from a time where, like, I didn't think YouTube would be like this. I had no language or understanding of what, like, online platforms would be. That makes me sound like I come from the 1930s or something, but, like, well, I guess I'll talk about it in, like, a reading vlog. But, like, right now, for example, I'm reading Monster by Claire Dederer, and there's a point in the book where she says that where she was from, the 70s in Seattle, art was not incredibly accessible to her. And it was something that you sought out after. It was something that was acquired. It was something that you hunted for. And I extensively hunted for, you know, all the art that makes me who I am today. From early illegally downloading, streaming, Criterion Collection films, and spending extensive amounts of time at Barnes and Nobles and thinking that's where culture was. Music as well, Tumblr, nights up till 3 a.m., just like 20 tabs, hunting for things, looking for, you know, so much information, the hyperlinks, jumping through so many rabbit holes of information. And now it's so accessible. It's so easy to find things. And I can't even imagine what it must be like for people older than me to, like, have to have sought out art the way I feel like I had to seek out art. I don't know. What am I trying to say here? What was the question? I'm just glad that the internet is where it is right now in terms of community, being able to meet people with the same interests that you have, and just being able to just feel a lot closer than all the distance that I felt in my past. If that makes sense? Okay, what do I hope to achieve as well? I hope to create more sexy readers out of people. I hope this is working. The purpose of this channel is to make sure that you're reading and you're sexy. So please keep reading. I will say there have been, like, a few people who have watched the vlogs and are like, wow, I picked up a book because of you. And I'm just like, yes, yes, that is sexy. That is so sexy. Please read. Reading is sexy and it's good. It's good for your brain. Yep. With that, thank you for being here. If you've made it this far, thank you for being here. It's been such a pleasure, a joy. You don't know how much this means to me, being able to just talk to people about books, sharing thoughts and ideas, and all the wonderful people I've met. And yeah, people's headspaces are, not gonna lie, beautiful places. And I love learning the landscapes of them, and in books, but also the way we talk about books and how books affect us, change our lives, see how we perceive the world. So yes, with that, as always, be well, do good work, keep in touch.